Here we go. We're live, baby. We are live. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. This is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. I'm the world's greatest living artist. I'm not just an artist. What the hell am I saying? I'm going to do a little painting, a little vertical painting. I hope you guys can see it right there. Bam! Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this damage. Let me put it closer to you guys. Maybe you guys can see it there. So, one of the things that I start with is a very thin brush. Okay, not too thin, but it's thin enough. It's about a number 4. You can start with whatever you want. But the reason why I start with a thin brush is so that it gives me a way to draw the painting. Right? I start with drawing the painting. I want to draw it. And again, if you're thinking about like what is going to happen next, you're not pushing your brush onto the canvas. Okay, you want to push your brush onto the canvas. Now this is a very interesting little thing that I do because well, I have experience, and I'm not talking about experience as in experience of, oh, I'm such a great painter. That's not what I'm talking about. I have experience of doing painting in itself. So the fear is really, I sort of made the fear a bit smaller, if that makes any sense. I made the fear a bit smaller. My mission as an artist is to be able to share my work with the world. So I can't do that if I keep stopping myself, right? I can't do that. There's only so much time that I have in order to share my artwork with the world. So I can't share my work if I continue to stop myself. And what I mean by stopping myself, see, a lot of us, what we do is that we procrastinate too much. We think about what we want, and then when we're ready to go do it, we start procrastinating. It's a very strange phenomenon, the whole thing about procrastination, because it comes out as perfectionism, right? There's something that doesn't allow you to create the work, and what it is this little voice in your mind that keeps saying you're a fuck up, you're not good, you didn't study enough. Some people are better than you. Oh, what if people that are better than you see you? What are you gonna say? And on and on and on. Do you think I have them? Everybody has that little voice, right? Everybody has that little voice. But you need to get rid of it. And one of the ways that I get rid of it, I tell it to shut the fuck up. That's what I tell it. In different ways. But that's what I tell it. I tell it to calm down. I tell it to come down. I tell it, I'm not here to listen to you. I am here to paint. I am not here to listen to my little voice, the little bullshit voice in my head, right? The insufficiency, the I'm not good enough, the what if people prove that I'm just really a scam artist? What if I'm not that great of an artist, you know? And on and on and on and on. This is due to the socialization, I believe, of the human being. The human being is never good enough with oneself. We never feel complete. There's always something that lacks. Something has to lack. It can't just work, right? God forbid that it's too easy. This is why people that succeed anywhere say, man, it was easy, but getting there was a difficult part. Right? People that succeed at anything, they say the work was easy. Getting to understanding that it was easy was a difficult part. Getting to the understanding of it was what was difficult. The work itself was easy, right? It only takes you a little bit to start learning how to do something. To start mastering something, it doesn't take that long. It just takes a little bit. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. All the wonderful comments. I appreciate that. it doesn't take that long, right? You start mastering something and you don't really, it doesn't, it's not like it's going to take your whole lifetime. Like, you'll, some people want to be romantic about it. And they're like, it'll take me my whole lifetime to learn how to paint. Dude, no, you're talking about to unfold and evolve as an artist. Yes, if you've lived a thousand years, you will still not learn everything that you need to learn. Of course not. It keeps spreading. It keeps opening. The more you dig, the more it opens, right? The deeper you go. Our artists tend to confuse this thing. We're like, oh, I can never finish learning. No, dude, you're confusing this shit with I am not enough. I am good enough, just like you are good enough. I am good enough where I am right now in this moment. And if you can't accept that, something is going on. You listen too much to the little boys in your head. And everybody has these little boys in our heads where we'll feel insufficient. But if you're a full-time artist, or if you're an artist who's looking to monetize or to sell your artwork, is what make a business out of it, you will be tempted to think you're not good enough many times. But the only reason that is true, I want to tell you guys that it's not true. The only reason why it's true in your head is because you haven't learned how to market. Okay, here's a little side thing. We need to learn how to market, guys. Because otherwise you're going to spend, and we need to do it, not learn as in theory, like you need to practice marketing. Because then you're going to go your whole life thinking that you were never good enough, and that is a lie. That is a lie. That is a big, fat, horrible lie that artists tell themselves, that we're not good enough. You are good enough. You are good enough. You will go your whole life thinking that your work is shitty, because a couple of idiots probably told you that your work wasn't good enough, who never bought from you anyways. And because you don't market, you're missing the whole world that actually loves and is waiting for your work. There are many people waiting for your work, just like they're waiting for mine. There are many people anxiously, some may know it, some may not know it, waiting for my artwork to come and see me or hear about me again. Just like they're waiting for you too. You know, there's people that want to hear about me again. There's people that want to see my work. There's people that want to, that know you but don't remember you, right? And so you have to market. You have to remind them who you are, where you are. So anyways, that's enough for my painting and a rant. I'm going to start calling this paintings and rants. Look at this. Isn't it cool? I mean, what else can you keep learning as an artist other than little things you tweak here and there? It's only for self-pleasure, really, you know. And people that follow that extremely close, right? People that are fans, very diehard fans of your work, and follow it extremely close. It's usually other artists. When I was a musician, it's okay, good boy. When I was a musician, I noticed something, that the people that paid were not musicians. The people that paid to go hear me play, I was in a band, I was in a rock band. People that pay or that spent energy to go and hear us play were not musicians. And all the people that said, you're not good enough, you need to practice more, that sounded crappy, those were all musicians. And funny thing about that is that those guys never paid. Or those guys never really, those guys were looking for their own piece of the pie, right? So they were not really my target market. They were not really my market. And when I became a painter, I realized, well, a full-time painter, I realized that it was the same thing. It's actually the same thing. Many people that are like, man, I hate your brushstroke. Like, who talks about brushstroke? An artist, a collector almost never talks about brushstroke. A collector usually says, oh my God, I love how free it is, or I love the colors, or I love the expression. It's very expressive. I love that. I love the energy. Or it reminds me of back home. Or this reminds me of my childhood. That's what normally collectors say. The happier the collector, I've also learned, the more they spend. The happier, what I mean by that is that the more chill they are, the more. I think there may be a correlation with disposable income. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I've noticed that over 7 years selling artwork as a full-time artist. I've noticed that over and over. The happier the person, the more cheerful. They don't really get upset that much. If I send the painting a little bit late, they're like, okay, I totally get it. You're an artist. I know you're busy. They're more laid back, and usually are the people that pay more. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So those of you who are working on your artwork and your business or whatever you're doing, look, guys, don't feel bad. It's just that people don't know you. That's all. The world is it's very small and very big at the same time. It is very small in terms of going around it. You know, you can take an airplane and a few airplanes or whatever and go around the world and say, oh, I visited the world. But it is very, very big in terms of communication. The world is very big in terms of communication. You need a lot of energy to communicate something, or you need a huge platform like you know, a big media outlet or something in order to actually communicate something. So I'll leave you guys with that. My name's Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. I don't just paint. I have an art studio here that I constantly produce artwork. Back there is where I'm doing my gallery. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is what it is. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys. I think it's important to see other artists working and talking about maybe things that most artists don't talk about. Like, hey, if you've been painting for a while, I don't know what a while is. It might be a year, 2 years, 3 years. You're probably very good. And the problem is not your painting. The reason why you're not selling is because people don't know you. Please understand that, so that we have less artists who feel like their work is not good and feel incomplete. It's not that. You just go out and market. Learn how to market. And if you don't know how to market, learn from someone. Take me, for example. I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube where you can learn some marketing stuff. You know, I don't know. I share it freely. All right, guys. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.